Okay. Yeah. Lady Wolf Pack on a whole nother level. Savage as they come, gang of female rebel. Got the sharpest claws, we got the whitest teeth. We coming for your lunch, but we only bring the heat.
Hey y'all, I'm Cassidy, the favorite daughter, obviously.
And I'm Kim, her mom, her match, and the real reason she turned out halfway decent.
Welcome to Mom's Favorite, the podcast where we laugh, vent, and overshare like it's our full-time job.
Yeah. And we're coming straight to you from Austin, Texas, where the queso's hot, the opinions are hotter, and we don't sugarcoat a damn thing.
You know, just think of us as Thelma and Louise, but only they're related and they have a podcast instead of a death wish.
So go ahead and pour yourself something strong, maybe a margarita, get a little snack.
Because here on Mom's Favorite, we got a lot to unpack.
Hi, y'all. It's Kim here.
I am so excited today to have a surprise special guest. It was not expected, but I'm happy to have one of my, if not my top two best friends in the world. I have interviewed her son, and I think you've been on a other podcast too with Shelly. Didn't you do an online one?
Yes.
Yeah, so adjacent. So I'm so excited to introduce Pamela Bernice McCulloch, also known as Pammy. So Pam is Larissa's best friend. I think that's where we should kind of start, because that way we can kind of put the puzzle pieces together of who is who. But so you and Larissa have been best friends since you were what, like 3 years old or something?
Yes, like 50 years we've been friends. Isn't that crazy? 50 years.
That is so crazy.
Yes.
That's nuts. So you grew up down the street, right?
Yes, we did. We were like 3 houses down on Schultz.
On Schultz.
Yes, I remember the name of our street.
And so y'all went to the same schools, and you probably had some of the same classes together. And
Yeah, well, she's older than me. I love to remind her, a year and a month, and she was in a grade higher than me. So we never were in any elementary school classes. And then in middle school, we went to different schools. In high school, I had already moved off the street by then. So
okay.
which is probably a good thing. We didn't have to go to school together. She was great. She was a model student. I was not.
So that's a long time friendship. It's a lot. That's
yes.
a really, really, really long time to be friends with someone and to be able to maintain. Because I know you guys are super tight. I've been able to be part of y'all's little friendship soiree too over the last few years, and it's just so nice and so heartwarming to see how y'all just love each other and it's have so much fun together and lean on each other, and it's very inspirational. I like it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, recently my younger sister had told me, she sent me a meme or something that said she's sorry that her big sister doesn't have a big sister. And I told her, I was like, well, Larissa's my big sister. Like, she's filled that role for me growing up. So that's been nice. So I said, don't worry too much. I'm good.
Yeah. That's awesome. And so speaking of sisters, so you have two sisters.
Yes. Ruthie is 4 years younger, and then Kim is 8 years younger than me. So I've got two sisters.
And Kim, just to put another piece of this puzzle together, is from Kim and Friends, another podcast, one of our sister podcasts. And that is also, I have to say, I love listening to Kim's podcasts. They're so like I'm sitting there feeling something that feels weird, and she just gets on there and talks about what I'm thinking. And it's so raw and so fitting. I love that.
Yeah, she's really good about just being vulnerable. And it's like, my struggle, is anyone else out there struggling with this? And just, she's very good at just being real with people and it does help to know sometimes you're not the only one feeling that way.
Oh, are you
Normally
kidding
don't talk
me?
about
I
things
mean,
like that.
yeah, it's for some people, it's literally is life-saving to, to listen to other people that are going through, or having some feelings that you have that you might not even be proud of them, but you're having them. And so I just love it. And I love it. She just says it like it is. It just, and Goose and Edna. But yeah, I love that. I'm so happy that she's doing that.
Yeah, she has great kids. She's done really well raising her children, and she is in the fitness industry, so she's just always about helping people and just meeting them where they're at and how
Mhm.
can I lift you up or how can you lift me up, and just she's
Yeah.
very woman positive, supportive, and
Right.
I like that.
I like that. And she's kind of a badass, She's kind of a, she just kind of seems like somebody who's just really going to get it done, and somebody you can really count on. And I love it. I don't know. I didn't meet her.
Absolutely.
I didn't meet her at the baby shower, but
yes.
I don't know her real well, but yeah, she's
I don't know.
nice.
I hope that she'll
And
come
everything.
down. I'm trying to talk her to coming down when I come down in August. And
Oh, that
see
would
if
be fun.
because she wants to meet everybody, and
Oh, that would be great.
yeah.
That would be great. Yeah, Kim, you need to come down here.
Yes, Kimmy.
Kim.
Kim.
That's another thing I love about you is your little southern twangy, like Larissa. I love that about her too. It's so cute. So your family you're so you lived in Irving, right? Were you
Yes,
born
we
in
grew up
Irving?
I was not actually. I was born in Ohio, and I know it's weird. I'm sorry, Ohio, but
Really, a
I'm
little
embarrassed to say
Buckeye,
it.
huh?
Yeah, Buckeye. And my parents moved me to Texas when I was 3 months old.
Oh, okay.
So back of the station wagon, they made a little bed for me in their armoire that was laying on its side. And yep, that's how I got to Texas. So I still claim being a Texan. And I love
Well,
Texas.
3 months.
Feels like
I think pretty much that pretty much grandfathers you in. So
yes. Thank you. Good.
that's awesome. So, then they stayed in Irving, and then once you went through high school, finished high school, and then obviously then you met the love of your life at some point.
Yes. I met Joseph, and we were both working in Austin, and I was selling lights and he was an electrician. And yeah,
And so he came over and lit you up.
we were actually both engaged when we first met.
Oh, I love it even better.
Oh, this is good.
Ooh,
And
juicy.
I was, and he got on my radar. I was like, so I was dumped, and he dumped his fiance.
Uh-huh.
It's that. And so I had said, oh, well, he's hot. He'd be a good transition guy, just to get over the
Yeah.
heartbreak.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. And then I just fell in love. He was,
the one.
it was, oh, absolutely. Now, almost 26 years later, he still just keeps getting better and better. I mean, we've had some dips, but right now,
Oh, yeah.
it's like
Oh, yeah.
we're hitting our stride.
So, and he actually took you out of the city. You went
Yes.
from Dallas girl to
Mhm.
Wyoming girl.
Yes. Pinedale. He was raised in Idaho. And so he always wanted to move back to that environment and raise the kids there. And I was like, why? And then my mom started summering in Creed, Colorado. And so I saw a different way of life that I had never seen. And the kids could chase butterflies and run around the yard. And it was just so much freeing. And so I was like, oh, there's something to this. So we got on and we were looking. He was raised in Idaho. And so we were kind of looking in that area and found Pinedale, and it was perfect. Their motto is all the civilization you need. And that is so
Mhm.
perfect because it is. It's not just some podunk
Yeah.
town with nothing culture, no culture, anything like that.
Right.
And it's been perfect. And yeah, raised the kids there, and they went through high school, and yeah, Emma's left and come back, decided that it wasn't as bad as she thought it was.
Yeah, of course.
So that was good. And Joey's down here now in Texas. So, yep.
Yeah. So it was, I'm sure, a lot different raising kids there versus like raising kids in a city. So he probably thought that they could get a better life and, probably a better education and everything else. Maybe. I don't
Yes,
know.
absolutely. When we moved in Irving, they were actually splitting time between language Hispanic language
Mhm.
and English, and we would probably put them in a private school. They went to a private school for preschool, and so we found this place. And the Pinedale school system, Sublette County, is amazing. I mean, I could not ask for a better school system to raise them in. Like it was really a good experience raising.
And so you actually worked at the high school, right?
I did, yeah, for like 14 years I worked there.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know it was that long. Wow.
Yeah, and I started out just part-time. I would watch the kids when the driver's ed teacher took them out to drive, and then I eventually started as the attendance secretary. And so I worked at the high school as the attendance secretary. I took a little break for a bit and just substitute teached, and then after that I went back to that position. And
Nice. So what did your kids think about you working at the school? Because I couldn't imagine my mom working at my high school. I'd be like, you can't get away with anything.
yeah, well, I would like to think that that's how it went, but it seemed to me like no. We didn't really have any major things. There were pros and cons. Like they always had food and snacks. And there was a couple times when Joey and Emma got in trouble, and I was there, but I had to just step back and let the principal handle it. And
Right.
Okay. But it was kind of fun to see them, get to be around them. And their friends were always at our house, and
Right.
we always had a house full of kids. So it was kind of nice to be able to do that. And I think it wasn't as bad as they thought it was going to be. I don't think. I'm like, look, I've been doing this, because they came in kind of the end of when I had already been working there for a long time. So
Right.
they were trying to tell me, I'm like, look, I've been working here for a while now.
Look, this isn't my first rodeo.
Like
too.
I'm not everybody's mom. Like it's different when I'm here. So yeah, it was fun though, just getting to see them do that.
Well, I love Pinedale too. I got the opportunity to come up there and visit with you when Larissa and I came up there. What a great, I can see why you fell in love with it, because it's just everywhere you look is just amazing. It's breathtaking. Like it makes you feel good. I don't know. It just makes you feel, I don't know, like you're in America.
Yeah. And it's everybody says they just feel peaceful when they come there, especially coming from the city. And it's like life is just a little bit slower. You just relax. It's just a different pace.
Yeah, and if you're like me, I love wildlife. Like I love to see anything. Like I'm just really excited if I see something on the side of the road, And there is, deer, buffalo, moose.
Yes, we had moose in the
In
yard.
your front yard. Yes. I was just like, what?
Mm.
There's a moose, a mama moose and her baby just laying in your front yard, just hanging out. Those things are ginormous.
They are
They're
big.
huge.
Yes. Yeah, it does make you appreciate. I did learn an appreciation for nature and wildlife, and that's something that I had to learn when I first came there. Our grocery store had a bunch of mounts of deer and antelope and buffalo and stuff. And I remember there was a caribou. And the kids, I always thought like a moose looked like Bullwinkle. And they don't. And so I remember the kids would be like, look, a cow. And I saw that they were asking me about the caribou. And I was like, well, I don't know what that is, but let's move on. I thought it was like if a moose and an elk had a baby together or something. So I learned, I really did not know much. I had been to Yellowstone as a kid, but yeah, I had a lot to learn. And now since then I've embraced the ways, camping, hunting, hiking, kayaking, all that stuff. So
And then in the winter sports too.
and
skiing and snowboarding.
Yes,
It's amazing.
Yep.
That's just beautiful. I love it. What is your favorite thing about Pinedale? Like what's the best thing about it?
Oh, the best thing about Pinedale is probably just the community. And it can also kind of sometimes be the worst thing, because everybody does know or think they know your business. But also, if anybody, people are there. People show up for people. Pretty much everybody just is doing their own thing. But if there is something, like if you have a crisis, people are just willing to be there and help out.
People are
So
tight
it is a really good community, and it's very diverse. It's diverse for a Wyoming community, and so that's nice. And there's people from all over. So I would just say probably the people there, and Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back. We keep talking about it. Our girls group, we keep
Yes.
saying, "Yeah, we're going to go. Let's go. Let's do. We need to do a Wyoming trip.
I know.
We need
I
to do
want
a
to get a
Wyoming trip."
camp together, like kind of we did with Shelly, and do like a Wyoming camp. And I can have people. I've got ideas. Like I want everybody to learn how to
Great.
shoot a bow and arrow, or
that would be
just do
so
different
fun.
Wyoming things. Because I know that was just so fun for me to learn all that and experience it. So I want to be able to share it with my other city folk.
Oh yeah, that would be so amazing. That would be cool. I'd be in for that for sure.
Great. Well, you'll have to. You don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. You're in. You're in. So you have beautiful Emma, and Emma has 2 beautiful daughters. So you're a grandma. So what's that like?
Oh, it is the best. I mean, it is like I love being. They call me Gigi, and it is the best. I have Lucy. She's 5, and Audrey is 5 months, and it's just such an amazing experience. I mean, they just love you and think you're so great. And there's just like you can be having a bad day, and you just, Lucy comes over and just brightens it all up.
I know.
It's been really fun, and it's really fun seeing Emma being a mom. That's really exciting too, and she's a great mom, and I love to watch her raising the girls.
Yeah,
how much they love her,
and so she's back in Pinedale too, so that makes it nice, because then you can see them and see the kids and be there, and and I tell you, that's a huge help for her, because I know from just being a mom, I wanted to have my mom close by, and it's really nice, and even with Cass and I having her here, 5 minutes away, it's even if I don't see her for a week, I mean, I still feel like she's right there, and I know I can call her if I need her, or she can call me or whatever. So
yes,
yeah, and to be able to see the kids grow up and participate in their lives.
Yes, adult mother-daughter relationships are really neat. Like we're just getting to that phase the past couple years, and I've really enjoyed it. It's like, we're kind of friends. It's nice.
Yeah.
We kind of bounce ideas and thoughts and questions off each other. And
yeah.
So,
I mean, it does get better, because you're not really so much in charge of everything they do anymore. And so it takes that pressure off of you as the mom, of you can actually enjoy their company and not have to worry about if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
exactly. Yes.
Like,
That's on you now.
That's on you. That's on you. And Emma's always seemed like she has a pretty good head on her shoulders. When I listened to her on that last podcast, she really sounded really grown up.
Yeah, she has. She's done a lot. She started her own business, and she's doing well in that. And she just, if Emma wants to get something done, that girl can do it. I admire her for that. I tell her she's like one of the toughest women I know. Like if she wants to make it happen, she will make it happen. And I respect her for that. I wish I had more of that gumption and go get. But,
Yeah. That's kind of rare, really. With a lot of young people, especially that young, to have that. So that's great.
Yes.
I love it, and she's so pretty.
Oh, she's beautiful. Yes.
So you recently, I'd say in the last few years, you recently developed, or it seems like it might be longer, that you started this little this art love of yours and creating art.
Yes.
And it seems to be like really something that has sort of turned into this little passion, and you're like making money at it. You're selling your paintings, and so tell me about that.
Yeah, well, it started during COVID, and actually Emma got me started because she started painting, and so then I started painting just to kill the time, and I just fell in love with it. I've always been creative. I've always just had to do creative things. It's just in my blood. But I started painting, and I really enjoyed it. And so I just kind of did it. And then I had some, friends. Actually, Carrie Keith was one of the ones that encouraged me, to like sell my paintings, because it's especially at the beginning, it was very vulnerable thing. Like you're putting your heart into this painting, and then you're supposed to like put it out there and say, okay, does anybody want to buy this?
Right.
That's really, it was really hard for me. And it almost, I used to do photography, and I said it's fun, and then you make it a business, and sometimes it's not as much fun anymore.
Right.
And so I didn't want that with painting, but it has. And I've had great people. May, who owns the art store in town, she had my first little show for me and really encouraged me to put my art out there. And I was amazed at the feedback. And our art community, and I'm assuming all art communities are like this, but the artists in town are so kind and just encouraging. And it's just been, I mean, I'm always amazed at like how they show up and support you and really encourage you. And yeah, I just started just putting, I just put it all out there, and I enjoy the process. And if anything else happens after that, if people want to buy them, that's great. If not,
Yeah.
I'm just stacking them up in my garage.
That's nice.
So,
That's wonderful.
yeah.
And I mean, I love it. I love that you've been able to unleash that creative that was this kind of laying there. Maybe if it wasn't for COVID, that might not have happened. I don't know.
Probably wouldn't have.
Or maybe once you had your grandkids, you would have started realizing, because you do start doing a lot more. Like I started knitting when I became a grandma, because I don't know, something about it starts getting these juices going or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know, that's neat. And Lucy loves to paint. So she's had a couple pictures and shows that they'll do different shows in town at the library and stuff. And so that's been something that I've been able to share with my granddaughter, which I love. And her attention span's getting a little longer, so that's also nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes we set it up, and she paints shorter than the time it took me to set up, but I'm just telling myself that's okay. I'll just let her do her thing. And
Yeah.
now she's really enjoys it, and so that's been super fun to get to share that with her. That's something that we do together.
Well, that's kind of how it starts when they're young. I mean, and you want to make it fun for them, so you don't want to make it to where it's like a job to sit and do it. So, that's nice. That's nice that you do have that to enjoy that with her. And so I'm excited because you're actually in town.
Yay.
You're in Austin right now. I forgot to mention we're in our studio, but we are in our studio, our Austin studio, and I'm really excited because we've got kind of a day of fun scheduled, and we're gonna hang out with some other friends and some family, and kind of, I don't know, just tear one on, I guess.
I'm looking forward to it. It's always a good time.
So we are so, I have to say too, because the Tier 1 girl group, it's a very private kind of selective type of group of people, and not very many people can make it in.
Mm-hmm.
But you have made it in, and so you are basically in Tier 1 now, I would say. And it's so great how everybody's kind of embraced you, and you can now come down and travel with us, and not like you needed any help with any friend groups, but it kind of is nice to have. And then we got to meet one of your friends, and probably other of your friends when we go. So I love that.
Yeah.
Meet women from all walks of life.
Yes. Yeah, it's been fun. We have a similar group. We call ourselves the Core. Shout out to Jula, Jenny, Lisa, Becky.
Woohoo!
Our core's a little smaller, but that's okay. Yeah, but it has been. I mean, the women in this group have been just wonderful. I got to know you first, and we kind of really connected because of our love for Larissa. And yeah, and now it's like, I mean, you're a very good friend of mine that I reach out to independently with, not even in regards to Larissa.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and because of like Joseph working for me, little Joey.
Yes. Joseph
Jr. has worked for me. If anybody who didn't catch that last episode with Joseph on it, he worked with my son, with Jake, special needs, and he's amazing and just has such a gift of being able to, I think he connects with those people. I don't want to say those people, but he connects with autism, and especially with Jake, they connected very much.
Yes.
And he seems to have this real heart for it, and I think that's half of it right there.
Yeah.
And the other half, he's learned it. He's been going to school and doing his thing and getting his certifications, and now he's got a job doing it. I'm so proud of him. I feel like I really kind of feel like he's kind of like partly like mine. Like
Yes.
I have a hand in it.
Yes, absolutely. And I have let you, just so you know. No, I'm just kidding. I allowed this. No, it does. And I have to tell you, when I listened to him on your podcast, like it brought tears to my eyes, like him talking about you and Larissa, because it makes this mama's heart warm that I do not have to worry about him. We can't always be together every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, whatever. And I know that whatever happens, like either one of you, he can come to, and he kind of has different things for both of you. Like you just, you just are there. And I love that and appreciate that from the
Well, I'm all a proponent for the village, and I think it's not about one or the other. I think it needs to be all, and so and it's been amazing having him, and he's not only been there for Jake quite a bit, but he's also been there for me, because like I could like lean on him when I was having a meltdown, or not like having struggles, and vice versa. And it's a beautiful relationship. I'm very grateful for it. And I get you. Anybody who cares about my kid is they're top tier to me. So he definitely does.
Well, I always knew, like I had met Jake a couple times when I was coming down, and I just always said, Joey and Jake need to meet. Like this is a relationship. I just always felt that. I was like, we have got to get them together, because I knew it was going to be a friendship. And there was a time early on when you told me like what a gift Joey has been, and I'm like, Jake has been a gift to Joey. Like, and it was meant to be, and it's beautiful, and I'm so glad it worked out.
I know. I am too. It really is. It's like one of those things that it's just lifelong. I mean, I feel like Joseph will be Jake's brother forever.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're practically the same age. So.
Yes, they are.
And sometimes when they're together, I'm not sure who actually has more sense or who's in charge. But he definitely really has been amazing, and he's doing so great at his job and everything, working with. And Lord knows, with as many autism cases there are out there now, we need as many people working with us as we can. So I'm all for it.
And I've told you this too. I tell him, because you're a male, it's important, because I don't think there's a lot of male.
I said that too.
Yeah, males in that industry, and boys. I mean, Jake wants to hang out with a man, not right. I mean, he's good, but so I just encourage any.
Well, and I mean, some of them really maybe only respond or only do well with a male, and then there may just be some that only do well with the female. But if you don't even have that option of, like there just aren't enough males doing it, because it doesn't pay enough, and that's got to change.
Yeah,
so
definitely,
it's really gotta. I mean, hopefully with now all this new awareness on autism that they're getting, I'm hoping that it means that they're putting more things in place. I mean, maybe instead of trying to figure out what causes it, which is important, like let's put some supports in place for the people that are living with it. So
and they're aging out of the school system too. Like Jake was one of the first, that first group. And so we need to, people you need to make accommodations. Like, what are you going to do? Luckily, Jake is thriving and doing well. And so.
Yeah, and the options are slim, especially some states are better than others. And I don't know any state that's great, but most all the states have some sort of waiting list for services and getting help. And I think the last I heard, Texas was 18 years. So in other words, if you had a child that was born with autism or that was diagnosed with autism, it would take 18 years from the time you signed up for services in order to receive them.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
That's not okay.
Yeah, it's not. I'm hoping that there's changes on the horizon for that, because that's That's just really criminal, actually.
Yes.
But anyway, I absolutely love your family. I love everything about your family. I love your extended family. Your mom is a dynamo too. She's how old is your mom?
My mom is 79.
She's 79, and she's just like travels and hikes and kayaks and I don't know, whatever else does she do?
She's now she's working on 800 miles by the time she turns 80 walking. So yeah, she is the strongest hands down woman that I know. And I love seeing her live her best life now because it always hadn't been that way. And it's just she is everything. I mean,
well, how fortunate she is. She has 3 amazing daughters, and then she's got how many granddaughters does she have? 1,
yeah, and then
2.
she has Edna and Lucy and Audrey. No, wait,
Edna and
Emma. And then Ruthie, my middle sister, has 2 boys.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're older. So she has 2, 4, 6 grandkids.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Well, and just how great to have all these powerful women all, in your lineage. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so great. That's amazing. But anyway, back to our little plans for this week. I guess you're staying for how long? When do you go back?
I go back, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe Tuesday. I have to look.
Do you have any idea do you have anything else planned for or just kind of hanging out and
Yeah, well, tonight we're all getting together, and then Saturday and Sunday we're going to go to Two-Step.
That's right. I almost forgot about that.
I went a couple years ago, and it was awesome.
Yeah, so we're going to Two-Step Inn. It's a little music festival here in Georgetown, and it's really a lot of fun. It's we've got some good Chris Stapleton. Who else?
Red Clay Strays, Brooks and Dunn. If you could define my 90s, Brooks and Dunn would be a big part of it.
Brooks and Dunn. I could sing every song.
Yes,
every single. Just like I just went to see George.
Oh yeah,
King George,
yes.
and I'm not going to really talk about it other than I am still obsessed with him, and I still want to go see every concert he's in. That was my 12th concert.
Really?
George Strait concert.
Yeah. Is he still as good as he? Have you seen him change?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I mean, honestly, of course, he's 83 years old, so. Of course, he does not sound like he did when he was 25. It just doesn't. But he doesn't sound bad. He still sounds good. Yeah. And so it still sounds like a very enjoyable concert. And he's coming back next month in May for 2 days also. And so I'm thinking, I wonder if I can score some more tickets. I don't know.
Yes, I bet you can. And I bet I know who will go with you if you want.
I know, right?
Little Miss Loresso.
I know. So I'm just so excited that we get you and you come back for these trips, and you come back again. You're coming back in August too, because we're going on our beach trip,
yes,
right?
I decided to make that an annual trip also.
That'll be so nice. And I am so looking forward to that. That will be so fun, and it will be really fun if you could get your sisters to come down, or at least Kim or both of them would be great.
Yeah,
have like a big family reunion.
Yeah, I know. It's like you got to come down here and
you got to do it while you can. This life's too short.
That is true. That is very true.
So Pam, thank you so much for agreeing to sit down with me. I kind of sprung it on you, and because I didn't want you to stress out about it. I didn't want you to worry about it. And so I just kind of sprung it on you.
I'll do anything for you, Kim.
Oh,
thank you for having me. I do appreciate it.
Yes, I love you so much. And here's to another lifetime of traveling and fun and more concerts.
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
You too.